So tell us about this program. Tell us about Liift4. And I mean, if you want to do a short little introduction, I think that's great as well. But then jump in and tell us about Liift4 and how it's different from some of these other programs we have.
Cool. Well, firstly, thank you guys so much for being on, especially if you're on the East Coast. It's still light outside here and actually quite warm. So not to rub it in anywhere else, but I live in LA, so it's nice here. So intro for if those of you that don't know me, Joel Freeman. Hi, nice to meet you. Been with Beachbody now, seriously, like going on like 6 or 7 years. It's been crazy since our first iteration with Les Mills Pump, which is insane how long it's been and how fast time has gone by. But I've been in the health and fitness industry since I was 19, so going on 15 plus years now, and have done every position in the fitness world, and started front desk at a gym when I was 19 and moved my way up and have done everything. So I've every position and like managed and directed, and then Beachbody World, worked for the Washington State Department of Health for 4 years, so I was on the federal side of it. So seen a lot of different things, and have come at health and fitness from so many different angles, and yet we still seem to not be able to pass this barrier, and whatever that barrier is, it is different for everybody, for a lot of people, but it's always like the same things of like not enough time to work out. Like everybody has, there's a reason why 80% of the population still are not following a health and fitness regimen, and whatever that personal reason is, that's what's always eating at me. And so when it came time to start talking about Liift4, or before it was even Liift4, when it was just Carl and I were talking about a program that was it was always a plan, to do something like this. And in the weightlifting world, that's my love. I love weightlifting and I love boxing. Like those are my two worlds. And so, we did Core to Force, and Jericho and I had an amazing time doing that, and then started looking at the next steps. And so I really saw an opportunity to come at this a different way. And what I mean by that, as opposed to just saying, okay, I'm going to write a workout program and try to make it different and witty and come up with some new bad jokes for you guys to listen to. I really wanted to come out from the angle of what are all of these barriers that we know so many people have, and what are the reasons why our retention sucks for people starting something and finishing it and just keep going, in terms of retention. So really wanted to come at that in that mindset. And so, high level stuff with Liift4 was saying, okay, what do we know? We know that people want to lose weight and feel better about themselves, but they also want to eat cake and drink wine and have pizza. And I also like to do those things as well. Like mine, I like scotch and like scotch and burgers are my two main things. Like I'm not a sweets guy, I'm a savory guy. So I like tacos and pizza and like all that good stuff. It's amazing. People are even saying tacos in the chat. So all y'all, I love you, and margaritas too. So I love all these things. And so, when writing this stuff and like saying, okay, what can we do to still give people amazing results, but let them live their life? And that is what Liift4 is about. It's not this all or nothing program. It's not something that you have to tell people, you have to give up this and this and this and this, and you can't do these things. Look, human nature, if you say I can't do something, it's human nature to want to do it now. If you say I can't have something, like that's like telling your 5-year-old, don't do that. Well, now they're going to want to do it. Look, I don't care. Nobody ever grew out of that. You tell me I can't have something. Now I'm like, well, now I want it. Like that's human nature. So as opposed to going off of this thing's the same, like all of this knots and all these knots and all these don'ts, let's do something that actually you mold around your life where you don't feel like you have to give everything up. It's not rocket science anymore about health and nutrition. It's the same. We know what we have to do. If you want a shredded six-pack, then you can't eat tacos and drink wine every day and all this stuff. Like we know that, but that's not realistic. That's not what, again, 90% of the population, we all say we want abs, but we don't really want to do what it takes to get abs. So let's go with the realism factor. Let's all work to be a little bit more fit, and you'll see amazing results. And the more consistent you can get in terms of keeping your diet pretty good and in check and working out pretty consistently, then just past even 8 weeks, it's just going to snowball. And that's going to create this effect where now all of a sudden, a year from now, They're like, oh, look, I have abs. And they stayed there. And that, I think, is what is really going to speak to a lot of people about this program. We can talk more about the program in a second, but like really high level, this program, simply put, is a program that is the first time that you mold the program around your life, not the other way around. And I was just on another call with a good friend of mine, Tanya Barron, and she said, great, fitness has to fit. It has to fit in your life. And that was a great way to put it. Because if it doesn't fit, you're not going to do it. Like, you will find an excuse. Like, it is just so about, like, fitness is like the commodity where it's so hard for some reason for people to pick it up, but it's the first thing they drop when the going gets tough. And every single day of your life is not like the day before. So it's really hard to create the schedule and then not feel, if you miss a day, like you feel like you're a failure. Like, there's just so much simplicity to this program. One of the things that I've stuck with when this was about success in simplicity, and that, as we talk more about, you guys are going to realize how simple this program truly is, and how amazing results you're going to get off of it.
So I'm aware that it's 4 days a week here for the program. So does that mean that we need to do other activities kind of along with this? And I mean, what is your mindset as far as how that's going to work?
Well, look, I mean, let's keep things very, very simple here. I wouldn't put a program together where it says, okay, you do this 4 days a week, but now you got to go do these other things on those other days. Like, that defeats the purpose, right? What rest days simply mean is you are resting from this program. That's it. And because it is it's technically a weightlifting program, you need to stay away from the weights because you have to give your body time to recover. But that's it. Whatever it is, whatever else you want to do, and the test group and the original test groups that we had when I was writing the program, we were moving things around, and then the little coach group that's going on right now, everyone's discovering this. It's simply saying, look, those days that you're not doing this program, one, you're gonna want to stretch. Your body is gonna tell you, like, you're gonna have like T-Rex arms after bicep day, and you're gonna have to stretch them out. So stretching is gonna be super important. That's what there's 2 stretching workouts that I did for this program, but you're gonna need more than that. Go to the experts with Elise and Vitas and those guys in the yoga, on BOD, all those yoga programs. Like, they're the experts, and they're going to stretch you out. Swim, bike, run, Tough Mudder, whatever it is that you're doing in your, like, whatever all those things are that you do when you're not working out, that's your rest day. Like, those are what you do on your rest days. You live your life, whatever that is. That simple.
I love it. Now, if it's okay, kind of circling back around, you are talking about this health crisis that we have and things just not really working and people not sticking with it. So what are your thoughts on that? Like, why are the reasons that other workouts or maybe going to the gym isn't working for people and our customers?
Well, one thing has always been, one is programming. You have to give somebody a plan. If you go, and especially in the fitness world, you have to have some sort of consistency in a plan to work out. So, as a personal trainer, I put my clients on a plan, say, okay, this is what we're going to do for the next week, month, year, whatever it is, whatever their goals were. I was going to start, very small. And that's why I think 8 weeks is a great opportunity in terms of setting a goal, saying 8 weeks, 2 months, right? We can do something in 2 months. And that's a great amount of time. It's not too far, in terms of 3 to 6 months. That's sometimes a little too long. 2 months is a really solid amount, I think, of time. That's not too short, not too long, where you can see some consistent results. And so it's programming. So when people go into the gym, and nowadays it's, used to be, before social media, it used to be, you went to the gym, you looked around, you watched people work out, and then you tried to mimic what you saw. And usually saw, some really funny fails, or epic fails, I should say. And now, thanks to social media, it's there for you to see. And you have people who annoy the ever-loving crap out of me are trying to take selfies while they're working out or doing a squat or something like that. They're setting up their phone before they do it, which I'm like losing my mind on this. And then now people are watching that on social media. They're seeing it and they say, well, I can do that, but they have zero idea how to do it. Or any kinesthetic awareness or training or fitness foundation built up to where they go do it, and they do it and they hurt themselves. And then say, well, this doesn't work. I can't do this because I hurt myself. So there's just so much lack of guidance with that Liift4 brings. And what I mean by that is very, very simple in the programming itself. Dumbbells only, no other equipment. I said no to every other piece of equipment, no bench, no ball, no nothing, because we're just going classic weightlifting. in this. And we can talk a little bit more about that later. But classic weightlifting, simplistic design, simplistic, simple structure, easy hypertrophy training. So you use always 3 sets of 10. You always know you're going to do 3 sets of 10 every single time you lift. And then the way we filmed it on top of that, and this is what I was really excited with, was the way, this is not a workout video. This is like a personal training video. We filmed it where I'm not even doing the workout. I am walking around, I'm correcting form. It was great because the cameras are flying around. We had no stationary camera. The way we shot this, there's no hero position. It was really cool concept, and it worked out so well. And the people who are doing it right now, they say that they feel like I'm right there in the room with them. And that's what I was hoping for, was the fact, because that is now, you have 8 weeks of me as a personal trainer. And that's I think so much more valuable than just a workout program and just watching somebody do the workout, I think.
I think it sounds valuable too. So tell us, just anything else about the Liift4 that you want us to know as far as it kind of being different from everything else.
I think, we could talk all night about all these, all the things, and we're so close now to where you guys are going to start seeing, and we'll talk about the timeline in a minute, but you're so close to start seeing it for yourself. So we don't think we have to get too much more into it, but again, very, very simple. And so just keep your mind simple on this. I think that's the easiest way to do is let's not overcomplicate it. Classic, no nonsense weightlifting, dumbbells only, zero compound or complex weightlifting movements, by meaning, you're not doing multiple exercises. We're simply, if I'm working your biceps, that's all we're going to work right then and there. We're going to switch to the next muscle group. So that's really where you're going to see some amazing changes in your body. That's why the test groups are seeing such amazing changes, because we're really focusing on one thing at a time. And that's what's so awesome about that. Then the HIIT component, of course, high intensity interval training doesn't always mean high impact. So was very cognizant of people with injuries and back issues. I have back issues from years of overtraining too. So I was in all these exercises that we did, there's going to be some instances where your feet leave the ground. We have a modifier for it. There's a bandifier option, which is new. So instead of a split screen of a modifier, there's actually a person using resistance bands. So if you don't have the dumbbells as an option, you can use a resistance band. So again, try to think of all the barriers that someone's going to have to this program, and we tackled them head on. So that's what's really exciting. In terms of the fitness aspect of it itself, I know people are asking about the nutrition aspect of it. So for the nutrition component, very, very simple. Again, caloric bracket, or you look at your calorie bracket, you figure it out, simple calculation using your current weight. You look at what your goals are. If you want to maintain, you stay in the same bracket. If you want to lose, you drop a bracket. And if you want to try to gain some more muscle, we need to eat a little bit more, so you go up a bracket. And then your macros are leveled out. That's it. And what I mean by level macros, 30 protein, 40 carbs, 30 fats, done, finished. That's it. Like, it is seriously that simple, because again, this is what will sustain you and keep you going past the 8 weeks for results.
I love it. So tell us, as far as coaches and kind of our role in this, and where you see us fitting into the equation.
So as a coach, I think this is a super exciting time for you guys to be coaches right now. We could talk more about the launch timeline and how that's going to help you. But from the standpoint of being a coach, look, we're talking, okay, cool. I'm here for 30 to 40 minute workouts 4 days a week. So that's only 2 to 2.5 hours total a week that I'm going to be talking with somebody in their living room. Your job as the coach is to keep them on the fitness righteous path all the rest of the time. So there's so many other things that, especially if somebody's new and they're trying to wean themselves off of soda or whatever. There's so many things that people are going to have issues with, and your job is to really help them understand the importance of staying on track and finding. And this is, in my opinion, I hate the fitness wagon thing, because people always keep falling off of it. So why do you keep getting back on something you fall off of? That seems silly to me. So it's find the path, find the fitness path that works for you. And your jobs as coaches, I feel, is to help somebody find that path, that particular path that works for them. So whatever it is, because it's going to be different. What works for me does not work for everybody else, because we have cats. Most people have kids. We have cats. The cats are they're pretty self-sufficient, so I don't have to cook dinner for them and make sure they brush their teeth. Like, kids add a whole nother factor into it. Husbands, wives, like all those different things. Like, there's just so much else out there that it's your job to really help people figure out what path works for them. And going through this program is going to be just another tool in your tool belt to do that.
Okay, so talk to us about the timeline then. How and when this is coming our way, what we can look forward to.
Yeah, so the timeline, so it's shifted a little bit, which is exciting. It's actually a good shift. So starting June 4th, which is Monday, which is like what, 5 days away now? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, 5 days. The free preview workout is going to get loaded into Bot. Now, the free preview workout is a 30-minute workout that we wrote specifically for this. It's kind of like, we're calling it the Fit-fomercial, like in the network. It's like, because it's a little bit more salesy. Like, I'm talking through, it is a great workout too. You're still going to need weights. It's a full 30-minute taste of Liift4. It's going to kick your butt. But I talk a little bit more, especially for the people who are, maybe thinking on the fence about this, of like why they should be doing it. What's the benefit from the physical standpoint, the mental standpoint, the supplements. I talk about Beachbody Performance. I talk about Shakeology. Like, I am talking nonstop in that workout. So it's a little bit more salesy, but it'll be great because it'll really help people understand the importance of everything that encompasses Liift4, not just the workouts, but the supplementation. So that comes out June 4th. While that's out and you guys are all experiencing that, I go back to set on the 4th, and we're filming 4 new workouts that I just finalized yesterday that we're going to call Before Liift4. Get it? Before Liift4? Nobody? Okay. You're all muted, so I get it. So, and then what we're going to do on that, because there was this little itch, like we all, like, and Carl and I, we were all talking about, like, okay, people are going to start to buy it on June 11th, but then, like, now what do? You got to wait till July 16th. So now the Before Liift4 workouts are going to be 4 workouts that will launch that you'll get the minute you buy something. So if it's a challenge pack, if it's a VIP early access, whatever it is, the minute you buy it, you get those 4 workouts. And with those 4 workouts, it's a full week taste of Liift4. So it'll be about 20 minutes long each. It's still a full body in terms of, I'm going to do a chest and back. I'm going to do a legs, a shoulders and arms, and then a full body hit. And so then you're going to do those workouts, and then you have something to kind of get you ready and get your teams ready for the launch of July 16th. So that comes out July 11th, and then that leads you into July 16th. Obviously, you have Summit in between all that. So there's just a lot happening in the next week just to get those workouts going, but it's going to be awesome.
That sounds really good. So tell us, with this program, is every single workout different? Is every single week different, or is that?
Yeah. So, so one of the things that was really exciting too, I mean, it's all exciting if you can't tell. I'm super excited about all of this. And it's not just because it's my program. It's like, I just see this as such an amazing, and like all these different answers to all these problems. So, and it's been 15 years in the making for me. So obviously I have a little bit more pent up excitement about it. But what was really cool is, like, so when we did Core to Force, for instance, we were tied to disk space. So we were only able to do so many workouts that were so long because they fit on so many discs, because we had to keep the price point at a certain level. So that limited us in terms of limited us in terms of creativity, which is great at that point. But now what's great is, with the digital platform, there is none of that. So I was able to really go into a fun new creative space and wrote 32 original workouts for this program. And it's not saying that you're going to be like, we're just filming the same workout on this day and then we do it on this day. No, it's like the exercises are going to be similar. So we're obviously creating, so, on chest day, you're always going to do a chest press, but you guys, that's where it stops. You're going to get from now, I rotated through several different structures. So obviously you get some familiarity there, but that's it. So, and what's cool about this too is, one, so it's new bad jokes every workout. And then also, as you go through it, when this is over, as opposed to having to rotate through, even through the program, as opposed to rotating through, 14 workouts, now you have 32 workouts to choose from. So you'll figure out by the end of this program, on the 8 weeks, you guys will have to figure out, say, okay, I want to do, you split your 4 days into muscle groups. So now, okay, on chest day, you have 8 chest workouts to choose from. And it's the same thing as you go down the list. So you'll have 8 leg workouts to choose from. So that just in itself gives you so much more variety and is going to really help you keep going too.
I have to admit, my first program was P90X, and I think I had all of Tony Horton's bad jokes memorized after, doing that program, and I mute it after a while because I got sick of hearing them.
And look, you're going to mute me after a while too. Like that's completely expected and understandable. I just sent off, I can't remember what week it is, but I know I just sent them off and they're working on them right now. But like Spotify, we're doing Spotify playlists. For those that know me, I'm like a rock guy. I'm a hard rock guy. So I put a lot of my personal music into the playlist. You can follow it, but you can make your own make your own Spotify playlist and just get first 8 weeks, listen to the cues and everything, and then just go out and lose yourself in the music. That keeps you going too.
I love that. I loved that with the 80-day obsession when they did it that way. So talk to us about the different options with the packs and the bundles, and which one you would recommend as well.
Well, there's like 20 of them, I think. So there's a lot. So if you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure everything is loaded in the back office now. I think it's what they call the COO. I'm finally getting all the acronyms down. So everything is there. The product guide and everything's there. So personally though, you got to go if you're talking challenge packs with people, you have to go after the challenge packs that have Shakeology for one, but so important is the Beachbody Performance products. We're trying to build muscle here, and building muscle, the building block of muscle synthesis, muscle growth is protein, and you have to fuel your muscles. And the best way I can use the analogy is the fact that if you want your car to go somewhere, you got to give it fuel. That's not going anywhere unless you fuel it, and your muscles are the exact same way. Your body processes carbs and fats differently in terms of energy and things like that, but protein is the building block for muscle synthesis. So having to recover after your workout, recharge at night with the casein protein is going to help you build muscle. And that's even more important because that's really when your body is recovering, is while you sleep in your REM cycles. Like that's super important. So, that's going to be huge, those two things. And then Shakeology is obviously going to be important because that is the one thing through all of this that you will do every single day. The Beachbody Performance products you have only on the days that you do the program, but Shakeology is Carl says, that's a non-negotiable every day.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to ask if the performance line was, really what you recommended or necessary for this program. So
it's huge. When I first started working on this, again, a while back, and as we got really into it, I had a lot of meetings with the Beachbody Performance team. Went down to the lab at El Segundo, which is really cool to see all the process and how they go through all this and everything they're working on. It's phenomenal. I believe 100% in the Beachbody Performance products. I've tried like everything out there. Like I used to try the stuff like you could get a GNC that's like now banned by the FDA. Like I tried all of that stuff where I thought like my heart was going to explode out my chest. This stuff is so solid, and I really wanted to work with the team. So we really were very specific in the test group results and making sure that we have people on recover, recharge, and hydrate and energize. And it was phenomenal. Dr. Luigi is going to be on with me next Wednesday, a week from today, on the Beachbody Champions page. We're going to talk more about it too, so don't miss that. So we're going after it hardcore, man, because it's awesome.
That's great. Okay, I have one other question for you, if it's okay, just about that coach test group. How that's going to work. We've got 100 coaches here who I'm sure all want to be on there, and I didn't realize that my settings were, we've got people who are also saying this call was maxed out, that they couldn't get on. So
a lot
of people are interested in being in that test group. Tell us how that's going to work.
So the coach test group is going to start July 16th on Facebook. I'm sure a lot of you guys are used to that, or you're familiar with it, the way that you guys did with 80-day obsession, I believe. Similar approach in the fact that I'm going to be in it, but I'm like really OCD in the way I run things. So it's like I'm gonna post every single morning, first thing in the morning, East Coast time before anybody gets up. And then that's what everyone will be commenting on throughout every day. So, it'll be very easy to go and look at everybody's comments and questions. I'm going to be in there every single day. I'm going to post something every day. So to really kind of help people guide you through of how you should be feeling, give you reminders to just chill out and relax. This is supposed to be fun. We're going to have a good time. And then, obviously the fitness and nutrition team from Beachbody will be watching too, to help people with questions. And it's just it's a great opportunity, especially for coaches. That's why, again, it's just a coach test group. You have to be a coach to be in this Facebook group with me, because we want to make sure that you guys come out of this with no questions in your mind about this program, about anything that Liift4 has to offer, about how the products work with it. So then once that is done, you go to the world and you go forth and you spread it. So then obviously when October 1st hits and it goes all access to people, it's going to be amazing. And then you guys are experts. Everything I'm saying right now, you can just spout out without any notes. I have no notes in front of me because it's in my head. And that's my goal, is to get everybody by the end of the 8 weeks talking like I do and knowing this. July 16th is when it starts. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about it, if you can't tell.
I love the excitement. It's infectious. I did have a question come through here about the 2B mindset, if it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And people asking, this is working really well for me. Is this something that I can continue doing 2B mindset and add in these workouts? Or is it you got to follow the Liift4 nutrition plan or screw ya?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Again, we can make it pretty simple on this one. So, 2B mindset, I haven't had a chance to look at all of it, but what I have seen and talked to Liliana, I love what she's done. I think it's a phenomenal program because I love it because it's simple. Anything that's simple, I really, really love. And it's really changing. I love the side-by-side comparisons of teaching people what 150 calories looks like. That's legit stuff, man. That's really important. So we don't want to discount any of that or just say, you can't, it has to be all or nothing. So my simple answer, speaking of simple, is as long as you stick, here's the thing with Liift4, because you haven't done the workouts yet, so you're not too sure what's going to happen, but I promise you got to stay on the calories with this program. So with Liift4 nutrition plan, get your caloric count figured out, do the formula, and based on that, make sure your macros are in line, but you can totally use the principles that you're learning in 2B mindset. And comparisons and everything like that, you can totally use that. And I know it doesn't go off of calories as much and things like that. But with Liift4, go off the calories, figure that out, get your macros in line, but use the principles that you've learned. It's the same thing with if you're using Fixate, a container system. The program is container friendly. There's going to be a vegan nutrition plan. So for all you vegans out there you go. I don't know how y'all do it without a burger. It ain't happening. Give me a bean mushroom burger. I'm going to be angry. But good on you. We want to make, again, options. And I know, even with the performance products, not all of them are vegan. Can't make everybody happy. So sorry. I think if you choose to be vegan or vegetarian or paleo, polenta, whatever the hell they all are now, the best thing I can say is get with a nutritionist that specializes in that type of plan, and so you can really understand what you need and how you can still hit your macros.
So helpful. This has been amazing. Thank you so much, Joel. Do you have any parting words for us? We so appreciate your time and you getting on tonight. So keep you longer, but
no, this is fun. I've been sitting I haven't moved from this chair in a couple of hours. I just back-to-back coach calls. So my butt is fully into the chair now. So I got peel it off when I get up. Two things. One, because I don't have time to really go into it, but there's a top sellers contest that is also going to be starting on June 11th. So it's on my stories on Instagram. So Joel Freeman Fitness on Instagram, go on there and check that out, because it's the top sellers contest. So if you're going to Summit and you want to be in it and you want to shop for free at the core, then watch my stories on that one. And you get to shop for free at the core with me if you're in the winner. So do that. And then the last thing is about the weights and about lifting, because I'm getting a lot of questions about this, mainly from ladies. I don't know where this started. I don't know where this came from. The world, 15 plus years of fitness industry, I still don't know why women think they're going to get bulky or manly when it comes to lifting weights. Look, here's the easiest way to put it. You have the testosterone in your body of a 5-year-old boy. So you're not gonna get manly. You're not gonna get bulky. That is a massive myth. It is simply the fact that you are going to, the heavier you lift weights, the more muscle you're going to build. Muscles are fat burning machines, calorie burning machines. Is bone density to help prevent osteoporosis. Like, just Google it and look at all the benefits about it. Like, really, look into it and see how important it is. If you think you're going to start looking manly or bulky, or someone tells you that, tell them to crack a book, man. Because it was 2018 and we got to get past this stuff, because that's fairly ignorant at this point, and not calling anybody ignorant, but we got to get past this. So don't be afraid of it. It's going to be amazing. And if you think you're going to get manly or bulky, look at Brianne Freeman, my wife. She ain't manly or bulky. She's hot and she lifts weights, you guys. I might be a little biased about that, but it works. And again, muscles burn more fat or burn more calories than fat. So let's get past this and let's just get to work on this. It's going to be amazing.
Well, I, for one, love lifting weights. So I'm super excited about this program, super excited to do this, and just really appreciate your time and willingness to get on this call. So thank
Absolutely.
you so much, Joel.
Thank you guys. So remember, Joel Freeman Fitness on Instagram, Facebook. I'm just going to be posting nonstop on there. There's go to your back office and look at all the assets that you guys have, because I know that people still have questions, and there's a lot of the questions will be answered. There's videos in there about the basic breakdown of the program. There's a video about talking about the myth of weightlifting. There's a video talking about the nutrition plan. So go and look at all that stuff, because it's all there already.